What's happening YouTube? How are you? Another video. Just been watching Miss Marvel, Disney Plus, the latest product from Marvel, Disney Plus, Marvel, same thing really, yeah. And well, what can I say? Obviously, it's seen by they're obviously targeting, Marvel fans, the inbuilt Marvel fan base that they think they have, and also Disney with their inbuilt Disney fan base. It was released in cinemas in Pakistan. As far as I know, it didn't quite receive the tumultuous, amazing response that I think they were hoping to get. Obviously, it's targeted towards a certain demographic, whatever that is. Is it Disney fans? Is it Marvel fans? Is it young girls? Is it people who like superhero comic books? Is it aimed at people from minorities? Excuse me, another absolutely. The weather over here has been absolutely scorching these last few days. They bang on about diversity, inclusion, and whatnot. Trying to appeal to a broader audience as possible. And I gave it a go. I thought, somebody who was into comic books, into fantasy, into superhero stories, and all the rest of it. I thought, well, didn't particularly want to, but if I'm going to talk about it, I should at least make the effort. You can't judge a book by its cover, and you can't say you don't like something till you've tried it. And I can definitely say I did not like it. Just from the get-go. From the trailers, it was like, oh, another high school drama thing. So, basically I put it on, and immediately it was like some extended TikTok commercial advert. I was like, what the bloody hell is going on here? Clearly this isn't for me, and I carried on watching it. I persevered, Like I say, you can't say you don't like something until you've tried it. So I proceeded to watch it. The silly, if anyone remembers, it's just got out of my head now. I'll circle back to that one. But like on the Batman TV series, how campy it was, and when they got into fight, and it was pow, bang, and, when you have the silly little writing bubble things and that stuff. Yeah, very stupid, very, very, very silly cartoon, teenage, like, thing. And, and my mind just wandered off straight away. It was like, nothing's happening. This is so boring, it is so superficial, it's so nonsensical. I just really don't care. Like, and yeah, I just completely wandered off. Uh, but while I wandered off into my own little world there, and I started thinking, Hollywood these days, they keep going on about diversity, inclusion, representation. You know, we need more people of colour, more people from different faiths and whatnot, like, and um and yeah, like I say, I was wondered off, and then I was thinking, I remember watching a film on TV long time ago, many years ago, called Chapati on the Beach, and it was so long ago now, I really cannot remember it that well. I think I should at some point watch it again, refresh my memory, and then maybe actually I might make a video specifically about that film. But it was basically about some sort of Asian family living in Britain so many decades ago, and the different dynamics of their culture and all the rest of it. And I'm pretty sure there's a sort of cross race love interest type thing. Anyway, I found it quite fascinating. It's not for everybody, but I remember watching it and seeing how the other half lived. I got exposed to a bit of culture, and the story was well written. The characters were believable, and I just remember sitting there watching it, and I was drawn in. I was taken into the story, and got to the end. It was like, wow, wasn't expecting that, but yeah, I can honestly recommend. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's not my usual thing. It's not science fiction. It's not fantasy. But if you want to, you know, inclusion, diversity, and whatnot, and instead of this contrived bull crap that they ram down as throats these days, watch something like that. And the other one as well that I watched, again, not my cup of tea, and I watched it, Bend It Like Beckham. Also, a young girl from, well, not so young, teenage girl from a um, non-white religious background, and um, she wanted to play football, and as like I say, a long time. I really can't remember too well now. And I think maybe I should watch that again and maybe make a video about that. But it was all about the adversity that she went through with her family and a religion, and the local community, and it was made some decades ago. So things like that were much harder for, especially people from these ethnic backgrounds and whatnot. And I remember actually really enjoying that film, and the payoff at the end. I was really rooting for him, and you know I was pleasantly surprised. So, you know, I can recommend them two films, Chapati on the Beach, Bend It Like Beckham. It's not for everybody, but like I say, you don't know if you don't like something unless you give it a try. And, for a bit of culture and just something different, these SJWs, these non-binary pronoun, LG, A, B, C, W, X, Y, Z, flipping, champions of the underdog. Like, instead of watching these modern things and saying, well, there's enough yellow people in it, or he got too many fingers, Why was the black person stood at the back of the queue? Or, all this stupid nonsense. Representation, diversity, I want to see myself on screen. Well, I'm here to say, these things, ideas and whatnot, were explored many years ago and many times. I'm just saying two examples that I know of that I watched. Obviously, you can see me. I'm a white person. I'm not racist. I'm not a bigot or anything like that. Like I say, I watch these programs, these films. I'm glad I did watch them, and here I am recommending them. Miss Marvel, on the other end, I can strongly not recommend it. It was just contrived. It was just boring. It was just nonsensical. I mean, the bar is going so low, and Marvel and Disney, you know, diversity representation, scrape the barrel, get that demographic. It's just like a fly that lands on your food and sucks it up and regurgitates it. And because they're a big company and they're like, oh, this regurgitation, it's quick and easy to churn out. We'll put some fancy words out. We'll get some critics to say this and that. People gonna watch it. Let's give ourselves a pat on the back. Somehow twist the, Rotten Tomatoes, flipping rotten to the core. Yeah. If you really want to get some diversity, some representation, there's plenty out there. Just go and leave. Just yeah. Just don't listen to this nonsense. Yeah, Miss Marvel, I strongly do not recommend watching it, giving it the time of day. It isn't going to go anywhere. And if this is building up to something that's going to be in the Marvels, Miss Marvel 2, Me Too, it's just not a good look. Anyway, people, thank you for listening. Feel free to ring that bell, leave a like, drop me a comment, subscribe, and as always, peace. Long live and prosper.